I'm here with Chuck Mambo, TK Cooper, Sunshine Machine, the new Revolution Pro Wrestling British Tag Team Champions. First, guys, congratulations. How does it feel to be holding those RevPro belts?
Oh, feels pretty good, right? It feels nice. A lot of love from the fans over the week.
Yeah, no, I feel like arguably it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming, really.
Yeah,
Like people will say what they say, but we definitely earn these.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely feels like a milestone too. Like this has been a goal of ours for a good couple of years now, right? Like, huge.
Yeah, and what an absolutely amazing start to 2022 to be holding gold already.
Yeah.
And we are 2 weeks away from your first title defense. And as your first challengers, you've picked Aussie Open. You both issued the challenge to Aussie Open. Andy Quilden had sent them away from RevPro, but you wanted them to come back. You wanted them to be the first challengers for these titles. So I have to ask why? Why was it so important for you to challenge Aussie Open?
Look, we said at 229 that if Andy thinks he's doing everybody a favor, sending the Aussies away, that he's not. If he thinks he was protecting, if he thinks he was protecting us and the rest of the tag team division, he wasn't. Because like if it's not us, it's somebody else that needs to prove themselves to objectively the best unsigned team in the world, Aussie Open. They say it themselves, but it is objectively true. So it goes without saying that at York Hall, on the biggest stage that Revolution Pro can offer, on the biggest stage that British professional wrestling can offer, that we would defend the top honor in tag team competition against the best tag team in the world to prove ourselves, to prove where we belong as the best team in the country.
Yeah, it's funny because you want to take these around to any show that you go to and be able to hold it up and feel proud. And we do, obviously. We feel like really proud. And like I said, it is a huge milestone. But you want to be able to wear it or hold it up and feel like it really does mean that you're the best independent tag team wrestlers in the world. And even though every time we've wrestled them, we have beat them, just like we beat every team in the 229 that we've ever faced in tag team wrestling. There is still that fact really out there that they are perceived as, and they are, I mean, their record speaks for itself. When we were still like not a team, they were already one of like carving their name as a tag team.
Winning every championship across the country, etc. And it's,
so in a sense, we've got some catching up to do. But we pinned them already.
Yeah, we beat them once.
And then they beat the out of us. Just, what's that about?
Don't know if you can get away with saying that. Maybe Andy will fix that in post. But yeah, it's just for the main point here is that we can't have this championship reign with some sort of asterisk, some sort of dark cloud over our reign as champions if we don't beat Aussie Open. So if they're gonna throw their toys when we beat them and just storm off back to Australia, because they said when they came back that they wanted to be here, to help rebuild British wrestling, to help rebuild the tag team division, but that's not true, because they weren't. Because when the pandemic happened, Kyle was here for X amount of shows, behind closed doors, and then when it got too tough, he went home. Davis wasn't even here from the beginning. They got asked to come back, and they jumped when Andy offered them the right amount. But you and I, the truth is the truth, and we asked Andy, when is Revolution Pro coming back, and how can we help?
Yeah,
I said this from the comfort of, at the time, the safest place in the world, New Zealand. And I offered to come back, put my own health, put myself in harm's way, so you and I could help rebuild Revolution Pro and get back to where we are now. And we've been here. We were like, Aussie Open weren't there at Bristol, but we were. Aussie Open weren't there at Huntingdon, but we were. Aussie Open weren't there at the 229. They weren't there until it suited them. And we've been here from the start. And I know that the people appreciate that because I hear them. The amount of Sunshine Machine chants, the amount of Sunshine Machine merch that we're moving, I don't mean to sound braggadocious, but it's just the truth that the people are supporting us, and they know how hard, how much effort, how much, the cliche is a cliche only because it's true, but how much blood, sweat, well, objectively no blood, thankfully, but how much sweat, how much pain, how much we've put in to earning these.
You mentioned there having an asterisk against your name, and then you talked about how much the fans love you. So I'm wondering if Aussie Open, because we've seen how they behave as part of the United Empire, if maybe they've made you feel like, because you guys do like to have fun and you do like to make sure that everyone has a good time, and they seem to want the opposite. If they've made you guys feel like maybe you're not worthy of being the top tag team in Britain just because you are a little bit more on the fun side.
Yeah, to be honest, I think in that sense they are in our heads a little. Well, I don't know about you. You've got a stronger head than me, but they are a bit in my head. Anyway, I've always had a bit of a thing about like I naturally lean too much probably towards being happy and having fun, which I don't think is a bad thing by any stretch. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying what you do. And like, part of what I love about wrestling is like, you get this chance to give people like such a unique experience. It's like in my opinion, it's the purest form of art in the world because of the energy that's in the room when you get the chance to wrestle. But sometimes you end up feeling like a bit of a, like, I don't know, boy in a man's world. Not in a sexist way. It could be a girl in a woman's world, but like women. But yeah, and I do think though, over the lockdown, because I've only got myself to blame about in the past. I have definitely leaned into like making sure people had fun or being funny. But we did get that chance right in the lockdown to rearrange our priorities.
I feel like lockdown gave us a lot more time to just have a bit more perspective on what we wanted to do in professional wrestling, and whether that was just take bookings and just be happy to be there and just make ourselves laugh. And like ETM was a thing, escaping the mid-card was a thing, but that very much became a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we were just kind of taking the piss out of ourselves, and therefore so was everybody else.
Yeah, and like we were associating ourselves with the mid-card every time we said the name ETM, really. But thanks to, like you were saying, like the support of the fans, which honestly really does mean like everything. We have fulfilled that prophecy. Neither of us can say prophecy. Prophecy, as you can see here. And yeah, because
it's not like
we're out of it.
Yeah, it's not like we've just stopped. We haven't just become robots and we're just serious. We just serious wrestlers. We're still ourselves. We still have fun in the ring. It's just a bit more focused now. A bit more driven. There's a bit more of a goal-oriented vibe to what we do now.
Absolutely, yeah. And the truth is, we're not getting any younger either. Like the nature of the style we wrestle means you can't do it forever. And I want to leave an imprint on the business. We both do, and we want to win some serious gold and make a good living out of it.
Leave some sort of legacy as Sunshine Machine, as Big Papa Plant, Chuck Mambo, as the Headbutt Messiah, TK Cooper. We want to do something special, and hopefully at York Hall, we make a couple of memories.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose who we are when we do it. Like you say, yeah, like the whole point is you get to be the best and still be yourself. I don't want to have to just fit into some cardboard idea of what a wrestler has to be. Yeah.
You guys have such a special connection together, and it must have been so hard for you not to wrestle together during the lockdown. What kind of things did you do during then that have now helped you coming back as a tag team and led you to this moment holding the gold?
Well, no, you go. You got it.
Well, I was going to say, if anything, it actually made us like closer because I ended up without somewhere to stay in the lockdown while you were in New Zealand, and you gave me your room. And then by the time you were back, we were just living together in that house. So actually the training kind of got more intense because like every day, come rain or shine, we didn't know when the hardest thing was not knowing when the shows would actually be. So you don't really have a goal in sight. But like we'd be doing like hill sprints with each other on our back, carrying each other wedding style. And it was some of the hardest training I think we've done just to make sure that we were ready when the time was right. Where were you, Aussie Open?
No, he's bang on.
Well, how then are you preparing for this match against Aussie Open? You have such a great record against them, but they've really laid down the challenge to you. You feel like you have something to prove, even though you're holding the gold. So what way are you preparing for this match different to how you've prepared for the other times when you have actually beaten them?
I mean, the main thing, I think, is just what Mambo's saying of getting out of our own heads, because I think we're just too insecure. I think just a little bit. Like, I mean, we've proven it. We can do it. We are the best team.
What more do we have to do to like confirm with ourselves?
But we still can't get out of our own heads that we're not good enough. And I think it's going to take like there's no amount of body slams. There's no amount of like flips or tricks or hill sprints that we can really do in the ring or in the park to really prepare us for York Hall, to prepare us for Aussie. Because I feel like the Aussies, they've objectively living rent free in our heads because we let them.
Yeah, and you can see them backstage. Like they have their own. In a way, obviously their natural ability and hard work is also a key factor, but their confidence is one of their like most winning factors, I think. And there's no reason that they should have it over us because we've beaten them. They jumped us and beat the crap out of us, sure.
And we still beat them.
Yeah, we're still standing. We still came back and won titles off of two of like basically Britain's royal family of wrestling. And I couldn't hear for most of that match. And the ring hurt like after that. Everything from that superplex, I could barely breathe. So it's not really like there's anything they can do that would. They can take our air, we'll still fight, we'll still get back up. They can smack us in the jaw, we'll still figure it out that
they can learn to throw a chair shot because we're still here, we're standing, and we're champions.
Yeah.
But like York Hall, there's nothing. I mean, the Aussies can come in and they can do whatever they want. I feel like they got nothing left to prove because they feel like these are theirs and we are just some sort of paper champions. But I know for a fact that you and I, we've got number one, the support of the people. Number two, the support of each other. And number three, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it. I know you believe that we can do it. Not only that because we don't just, it's so lame and it's such a cliche, but it's not, we don't just want to beat Aussie Open at York Hall. We need to.
Well, Aussie Open, Cal Fletcher and Mark Davis, they'll certainly be watching this. So do you have a final message for them going into high stakes?
I think just forget what you thought you knew about Sunshine Machine because you've upset the kindest man in professional wrestling, and if you've done that, then you've really done something wrong. So I think when we see you in the ring on January 29th at York Hall,
please, for the love of God, don't underestimate us. Bring your fucking A game. Because if you beat us, that's one thing, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
I want to know that I beat you. We
no
beat
excuses.
you. Mm-hmm.
No asterisks. No clouds hanging over. So if you guys can take 5 minutes and get your tongues out of Will Ospreay's asshole and meet us in the ring at York Hall, understand that when you get humbled and humiliated by the Sunshine Machine, maybe while you're sat there and you realize that you're looking like fools, that all of York Hall, British professional wrestling, the world knows.
Sunshine Machine rules.
Chuck Mambo, TK Cooper, Sunshine Machine, thank you so much. Sunshine Machine versus Aussie Open, January 29th, high stakes, York Hall, Bethnal Green.